Hi, I'm here to tell you and teach you everything you need to know about Ancho Diablo. This is one of our signature cocktails. It's made with a very special ancho-infused Camarinha tequila, as well as our signature homemade ginger beer. There's a little bit of passion fruit as well to kind of tame the heat of those anchos. So let's talk about anchos for the beginning here. So this is a chile. A chile is actually a fruit because it contains seeds. An ancho is actually a dried poblano. So it's very, very flavorful. The heat is medium to medium plus. Certainly not like a jalapeno or serrano. It does have a little bit of kick, but it's more about this deep, beautiful, fruity, cherry, rich chili flavor, and that's again the ancho chile. Now, what we did to infuse the tequila, in addition to the anchos, we used a little bit of cumin. And cumin, you see this in chili powder. It's got a beautiful, earthy flavor to it. This just gives a little bit of extra depth to our tequila. And then we also have just a little bit of Szechuan peppercorns. These are really special because they have a peppery heat, but they also have a citrusy note to them. And when you taste them, you're not quite sure if it's hot or if it's crisp and acidic, and it just plays on your tongue something really light and bright. Again, the anchos are really the lead singer here. Just think of your cumin and your Szechuan peppercorns. They're like backup singers. All right, so that is our tequila. Now, we're making this with our homemade ginger beer, which of course has raw sugar and fresh, whole skin-on ginger root. We've got all kinds of whole spices, including nutmeg and star anise. There's also cardamom and allspice and cinnamon sticks. Of course, vanilla bean. Very, very expensive. Vanilla is actually the second most expensive spice in the world after saffron. We use 15 vanilla beans in each batch of ginger syrup at iPic. Makes it very, very special because we want the best for our customers. All right, so when we make this cocktail, a couple of things you want to keep in mind, because it is a riff on a Moscow Mule called El Diablo, which means the devil. That is actually a Moscow Mule with tequila instead of with vodka. But of course we call our signature an Ancho Diablo because it's ancho infused tequila. So notice you want to have your glass completely full of ice, and then we're going to go half full with club soda. Now the reason we're putting the club soda in first, this is the lightest, and we want to have the heavier things on top. That way we don't overmix our cocktail, and we want to make sure that there's lots of beautiful bright carbonation, because that's going to make it nice and spritzy, make it really alive as you enjoy it. So now we're going to take 45 milliliters, that's an ounce and a half. And notice again, when I'm holding my jigger, I have it between these two fingers, so I've got another thumb and finger I can do things with. You don't want to hold a jigger like this because you've just lost a hand. All right, so now 45 milliliters, because this is the next heaviest thing. And this is, again, my ounce and a half of Ancho tequila. It's going to go right on top. And see, it's already starting to, it's floating a little bit, but it's going to start gently going down. It's really mixing itself. And so now the next thing I'm going to do is passion fruit. So we take perfect puree passion fruit. This is a beautiful premium product. And we put this in a store and pour. And we call it passion ginger because it's 3 parts of passion fruit puree, 1 part of homemade ginger syrup. Passion fruit is very, very acidic. It's almost more acid than lime. So that ginger syrup is just going to tame it out a little bit. So next I'm going to put my passion syrup right on top. And now what I'm going to finish it with is with my mule mix. And my mule mix, for all of our iPics, it's 3 parts of the homemade ginger syrup, 1 part lime juice, already mixed together. Make sure that nothing's settled in there. And this is just going to pour right to the top. And that perfectly proportions it. It's the heaviest thing. It's going to settle into the passion fruit, into the tequila, into the club soda. You notice the drink has already mixed itself. Now we're just going to put a straw in just to taste and make sure it's perfect. Delicious. A little bit of heat from the ancho, a little bit of that je ne sais quoi from the Szechuan peppercorn and the cumin. It's making it a little earthy, a little spritzy. Passion fruit. It's like the bacon in the cocktail world. It's my favorite fruit. You add it to anything, it's amazing. Kind of counterbalances the heat. Got that nice robust ginger syrup in there. So we're going to finish that with a straw, and then we're going to do a lime. And because this is a great cocktail, you want to have a perfect lime. So we're going to take the lime by the north and south pole. We're going to cut it just off center. We're going to keep going clockwise off center until we get right to the middle. This is that bitter part. We're going to throw that away. Our lime wedges, we're going to cut just a little slit right in the middle, and that will sit right on the edge. And again, you can have these cut before you have a rush, but you don't want to overcut the limes because Once they sit, they're going to start oxidizing very quickly, and you want that guest to see a nice, beautiful, fresh lime. They're going to know our drinks are fresh. It's going to help sell our signature cocktails. The anchos, again, you can have this pre-cut, but you're just going to do 3 slices of ancho chiles, and that's going to go right on top. It's just going to let the guests know that this is a house-infused ancho tequila. It's not something that we're buying. It's not something on the market. It's just exclusive to iPic, and again reinforces nice fresh hole, and that is the Ancho Diablo here at iPic. If you do want to upsell it with another luxury tequila, the difference you're going to make, just like we made it, but you're going to have some anchos, and you're going to muddle those in the bottom of the glass, and then use a special luxury tequila such as an añejo, and then you're again going to do your tequila and your passion fruit and your mule mix. So lots of opportunities here, and a great way to introduce a Moscow Mule lover to tequila, to the Ancho Diablo, and also someone looking for a spicy cocktail, but it's very balanced. Beautiful, and that's the Ancho Diablo.